In this video, I'm going to share with you my 10 favourite nude My Lips But Better lipsticks for over 50. Hello and welcome, or welcome back. So this video was prompted by one of my lovely subscribers who asked me to recommend some nude lipsticks that would suit her colouring. So I sent her a list of lipsticks that I thought might work for her, and I thought I'd use that list in this video. So the lipsticks have similarities in that they are all My Lips But Better, I think. However, they are different consistencies. So we've got a mixture of traditional lipsticks, lip balms and lip oils. Some are old favourites and some are newbies. All, I think, would suit over 50 skin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch them and I'm going to apply them so you can see how they look on my neutral olive skin. And please excuse the broken tooth, I'll try not to show it too much. So let's get into it. Oh, and just to say, I've kept my makeup as neutral as I possibly can. I've gone slightly overboard on the eyeliner, I know. But I wanted to keep everything neutral and I didn't want to put a colour on my eyes. So I've literally just used an eyeliner, which is a chocolate brown, but that's pretty neutral. And the blusher I've kept to a minimum. I've got no bronzer on at all, but all the details of all the makeup I've got on, as well as all the lipsticks, will be down below in the description box. And I'll also pin it in a comment. So let's start with Lisa Eldridge, who, of course, those of you who've watched my channel before will know I absolutely love. And the lipstick I'm going to start with is Painterly, which I don't think I've talked about on my channel before. Those of you who haven't bought a Lisa Eldridge lipstick, they come in a beautiful case, which is magnetic. And Painterly is in one of the luxuriously Lucent range of lipsticks by Lisa Eldridge. And she describes it as a deep mauvey chocolate. Now, the luxuriously Lucent range is described as a balmy, buildable lipstick with a luscious satin finish. So let me apply it. And can you see it's actually not that dissimilar to my actual lip? Even though it looks quite dark, my actual lips are quite dark. I suppose it is a little bit mauvey. I don't know whether I would have described it as that, but it is quite dark. And you'll see from the shades that I'm going to put up on the different skin tones, I think it can look cool on some people and warmer on others. It just depends on your skin tone. I think on me it probably is a little bit on the cool side, which is fine because I think I've got neutral olive skin. So that's Painterly. Now the next lipstick I'm going to show you is also a Lisa Eldridge, and this is Kitten Mischief, which is my most recent purchase. Now this is described as a buttery caramel pink. Now that's quite an interesting description because I would call caramel a warm colour and pink would tend to be a cool colour. But let's see how it looks on my lips. Completely forgot to swatch it for you. There it is next to Painterly. Now I would say that on my lips, and actually even here on my arm, it looks warmer than Kitten Mischief. What do you think? I would say this is leaning warm, but I think it's a beautiful colour. It's probably a bit lighter than my actual lip colour. And I have worn it quite a bit in the summer because it's got that lightness about it. Now the third lipstick in my neutral range is also a Lisa Eldridge. It is the last of the three, and it is her most recent range, the Balm Embrace, and I have it in the shade Epanoui. So let me swatch it for you first. That's it there. In fact, it's interesting, it's not that dissimilar, is it, to Kitten Mischief? It's a little bit lighter, and you'll see when I apply it, it is a different texture. Now this is very much a balm, and one thing to note, it has a very strong vanilla scent. Now I'm actually allergic to anything vanilla on my skin, but interestingly, for some weird reason, they've decided to infuse the lipstick with this vanilla scent. It's like a food scent. So which is really odd. I don't quite understand why they've done this, and it is very overpowering, and a couple of my lovely subscribers mentioned it. They said, oh, they just couldn't bear it, it was too much. I don't actually mind it because I quite like vanilla, but I certainly can't put vanilla on my skin, and apparently this isn't putting it on my skin. I don't know, that's how they've explained it anyway, and I do trust Lisa, although I'm not sure they were quite honest about the vanilla ingredient originally on their site. Anyway, be that as it may, if you don't mind vanilla, it's fine. If you're not keen on it, I'd give it a miss. What do you think of the shade? I would say this is definitely a warmer shade, and if you don't like warm shades, this probably isn't for you. But they do have other shades, of course, in this range. And it does feel beautiful on the skin. It's very comfortable. It's different from the Luxuriously Lucent. It feels very slightly stickier, I would say. But it does last, and it feels like it's more nourishing perhaps than the Luxuriously Lucent. I would say it's probably more of a nourishing lipstick. And let me just tell you why that is. It's got these fantastic ingredients, including meadow foam seed oil, shea butter, muru butter, and wild mango kernel butter. And you can feel, it does feel buttery on the lips, and it feels lovely and nourishing. Now let's come to a very affordable lipstick, and this is the Revolution Satin Kiss in Chauffeur. And look at this cute little case. Look at that little lip on the end there. It's really cute, isn't it? Now I bought this, I mean, it's quite a while ago now. This is only a £5, so this is really affordable. And let me swatch it for you. Oops, it's not the neatest of swatches, but you can see we've gone a bit darker again now. It's a lot darker than the other, well, it's darker than the other two. I would say this probably is okay on a cool toned person, but let's see how it looks on my lips. Now I'd forgotten actually, this is really quite pale, isn't it? But I love the feeling of the lipstick on my lips. It's a little bit like the Luxuriously Lucent mixed with the Epanoui. It's got that really comfortable, soft feeling on your lips, a little bit like satin. Well, it is like satin. It says it's satin. In fact, I'd probably say it's satin mixed with velvet. Anyway, it's interesting, isn't it, how different it looks on my arm to how it looks on my lips. It's a lot lighter, isn't it? And I think what I would do if I was going to wear this regularly, and I'm pretty sure I have done this, I'd wear a darker pencil underneath, or I would add a gloss on the top that gave it a bit more intensity of colour and made it a bit darker. But I think if you are looking for a lipstick that is maybe slightly on the warmer side, although like I say, it doesn't look as warm on my, or as light on my arm, I think this is a beautiful lipstick. Again, they've got many different shades in the range, but it's a beautiful lipstick. It's only £5. It's fragrance-free, cruelty-free, as are the Lisa Eldridges, and I just think it's a fantastic lipstick. Now the next lipstick I want to talk about is this Merit Signature Lip in Baby. Now I bought this about 18 months ago, I think, and I have worn it quite a bit. You can see the bullet is well used. Let me swatch it for you. So you can see it's a little bit lighter on my arm than the Revolution, but let's see how it looks on my lips. Now I think this is a little bit cooler than the Revolution. It's still quite light, like the Revolution. And interestingly, again, like the Revolution, it looks darker on my arm than it does on my lips. But I think, and that may be because my lips are dark, I don't know. But I think this is a little bit cooler than the Revolution. I think my lips are getting a little bit redder from all the lipstick I'm applying. Now we're going back to affordable, or at least drugstore, and this is the Milani Lip Plumper in Rosewood. Now this has been my go-to lipstick for the last few weeks. When I discovered it a few weeks ago, I went into Boots actually. I happened to be in Boots. Can't remember why I was looking for. I think I was looking for an affordable lip oil actually. I think that's what I was looking for. And I saw this and I thought, well, that's interesting. Can I wear it? Because most lip plumpers have fragrance in them, but amazingly this one doesn't. So I thought, right, I'm definitely trying that, and honestly I've absolutely loved it, and I have talked about it in other videos. But let me swatch a bit for you. Now it's always more tricky to swatch these plumping oily type lipsticks. Oh no, actually no, look, there we go. Now this is probably comparable to how the Revolution swatched on my lip, swatched on my arm, and not that dissimilar to the Lisa Eldridge Painterly. But let's see how it looks on my lips. Now I would say that this is the closest to my lip colour so far. What do you think? Now it's very important to stress that this is a lip plumper, so it has properties in it that make your lips plumper, and I think I think they do work, but what they do is feel a little bit like toothpaste on the lips. There's a tingling going on, and it can last for up to an hour. So when I first put this on, I was a bit like, whoa. But the ingredients tell me there's no fragrance in it, and they haven't damaged my lips in any way because I've been using this an awful lot over the last few weeks, and I love it. And you can also top a lipstick with this. So for example, I could put the Revolution on with this on top, which would give it a slightly rosier effect. So for example, it might dampen down the warmth of the Revolution lipstick. So that's the Milani Lip Plumper in Rosewood. Now we are going on to an old favourite. I have talked about this almost since I began my channel, I think, and it's the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. I love that name, in Rebel Rose. This is it here. Again, it's incredibly affordable. I think again it's probably about £5. And let me swatch that for you. Now this is definitely on the cool side, and it looks quite dark on my arm, but I don't think it looks as dark on my lips actually. Great colour, definitely on the cool side. Let me apply it. I hesitate to say this, but at the moment this is actually my favourite. What do you think? Now this one, because it's a liquid lipstick and it's the only liquid lipstick I'm showing you, it really does have staying power. All the others, I would say, will stay for a coffee, but they won't stay for lunch and dinner, if you know what I mean. Whereas this one definitely will. Now the next lipstick I want to talk about is this Haus Labs by Lady Gaga in Macaron. And this is a hybrid lip oil, hybrid lip glaze plumping. I'm going to have to read this to you. And this is a hybrid lip glaze and pumping gloss. Now I would say this is cool. Let's see how it looks on my arm. There it is. So I think I'm double jointed so that my arm is not as straight as it might be. Now I hope you can see that there. I'm running out of arm space now. And I would say that's cool, wouldn't you? So let me apply it. Now that does feel like gloss on the lips. It's not an unpleasant feeling, but it's a little bit on the sticky side. It's a bit like putting Vaseline on your lips, but with some colour. I think the colour is absolutely lovely. It's definitely cool. There's no warmth there at all. And if you're looking for a cool lip gloss, I think this would suit you. Now this is a part of a trio of my newer ones, along with Epanoui by Eldridge and Kitten Mischief. Now this is Summer Fridays. I can't remember why I bought this. I don't own any other Summer Fridays products, but I think I must have seen somebody on YouTube, no doubt one of the wonderful creators that I follow, talked about this, and it's absolutely fab. I really love it. This is definitely an oil as opposed to a gloss. Let me swatch that for you down here. Now this looks very dark, but once it's settled on the lips, it doesn't look that dark. And again, I would say this is cool. So let me show you what it looks like on the lips. There's a slight tingling. I would say this is cool, coolish anyway. And it contains vitamin E along with other skin-loving ingredients. And I would say this is definitely one of the closest to my lips, but better. And finally, another Merit, and this is one of the very first Merit products I bought, and it's the Tinted Lip Oil in Mapleton. And let me swatch it for you. And you can see there's barely anything left there, just a tiny bit. I'll tell you what, let's pop it up here. Let me thicken that up a bit. There we go, that's the best I can do, I think. It's quite a thin slick because there's not much left in the bottom of the bottle. Now, I really love this. Again, all the lipstick in this video all have skin-loving ingredients in them, even the drugstore ones. And I do think this is also very much my lips, but better. So that's the Merit Tinted Lip Oil in Mapleton. So there you have it. Those are the 10 nude lipsticks that I think suit my over 50 skin, that are as neutral as I can find. Some of them are a little bit warmer, some of them a little bit cooler, and they're all going to look different on everybody's skin and also their lips. But let me know in the comments, which ones do you think suit me best? I think we probably are going to agree on the ones that we think are My Lips But Better, but there's a nice range of different lipsticks, and like I say, with the Revolution, that's probably the palest of all, and also I think the Merit Baby, they're the two palest. You can enhance them by adding a little bit of colour from one of your lip oils as well. So sometimes I know it's difficult when you buy a lipstick online, you don't really know whether it's going to suit you or not, and I have made those mistakes, particularly during lockdown. I really struggled to find lipsticks because one wasn't able to go to a store, but now it's easier, I think, and at least on a lot of websites you can see how the lipstick looks on other skins and other lips as well. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, I'd be so grateful if you'd give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Subscribing means such a lot to me. It helps put my channel in front of other mature women who might enjoy this kind of content. And if you'd like to hear more from me, I have a monthly newsletter, and in that I don't just talk about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, but also books, music, podcasts, TV, film, and all the other bits and bobs that bring us joy. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.